Making my own tinted moisturizer. Stay tuned. Hi, and welcome to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to show you how I make my own tinted moisturizer. I figured why buy it, I'd try making it. I don't have anything on my face, just my sunscreen and skincare. I did put my mascara on and a little bit of eyeshadow. You probably can't see it, right? Nobody ever can. Well, before I get started on showing you what I do to get a little coverage with a moisturizer, I want to welcome you. Thank you so much for being here. My name is Sheila, and I'm really grateful that you're here spending a little of your time with me. Well, like I said, I have my sunscreen on, so I'm going to use this CeraVe PM moisturizer. I love this. It has the ceramides, the niacinamide, the hyaluronic acid, and I'm just going to put about that much on my hand, and then I'm going to use this number 7. It's drops. It's called Match Made Custom Blend Foundation Drops, and mine's in the color Warm Sand. Now, I got this over at Walgreens because when they decide to discontinue carrying a product, they mark it way down. I mean, sometimes 70%, 75% off. So I got this for $3.49, which I thought was great. So I'm going to take a few drops of it, maybe two small drops. 1, 2. There it is. And I've got that mixed in with my moisturizer, which I'm doing right now. And I'm just going to spread it on my face. And it just, of course, glides on because you have that CeraVe moisturizer. And it'll just give me a hint of coverage, but very moisturizing, which I love. And that's all I do. I mean, that took a minute to put on, if that. Well, now that that's done, I'm going to let that set for a little bit to dry down. I'm going to put on my new bendy concealer that I showed you all in I think it was a Marshall's haul a couple weeks ago. It's by First Aid Beauty, and it's called Bendy Avocado Concealer. And it was $5.99. And I told you in that video that I don't wear concealer anymore. I do wear my Garnier Anti-Dark Circle Rollerball because that's the only thing that doesn't stay and gather in these lines and creases that I have under here. But since this was such a reasonable price, I thought, well, what does bendy mean? It said it stretched with your skin. So I thought, well, I'll try it for $5.99. So I did. And again, it's a very, very skinny little wand. And I just take that and, whoa, now that was too much. Just put a little up here. Now look at that. I did way too much. So I'll blend that down, and I just kind of focus on this dark area that I have on both sides. Come down just a touch to brighten that eye up. And then I put a little stripe right there. And I'm just going to tap that in. And that's it. Now, I don't know if you can tell much of a difference between this eye and this eye. But when I look in my 10x mirror, I certainly can. And I just love this, that it does not crease. It does not go in anything. And it just takes away that darkness there. So it's just enough for me. Next, I'm going to go ahead and put on a little bit of bronzer because I love bronzer for the warmth. Since I'm not wearing foundation, just that moisturizer with 2 drops in it, I'll just go ahead and warm my face up with the bronzer, which I always do. And the bronzer I'm using is one I've shown before. It's by Anastasia Beverly Hills. It's called Tawny. I got it at Marshall's last year. And I'm coming across my nose, and I just kind of go all over my face with it since I don't have foundation on. And that adds some warmth to my skin. I might need just a little bit more. I try not to go too heavy, but I do love bronzer. So that takes care of that. Next, I will put on some blush, and I'm going to use this Flower Bomb blush, the liquid blush, and this is in the shade, let me see, it's really very pink. This is in the shade Bubbly, so it's a pretty light pink. And I just put a little on my hand. Here's the shade of it. I hope that's showing up some. And then I dab it around, spread it around like that, and dab my finger in it. And I'm going to put it right up here, right up at the high point of my cheek. And I stay back here. I don't go anywhere near the center. Those days are long gone for me. And it just gives a hint of a color, enough. I might top it with like a powder blush to make it show up a little more. I'll turn and do this side. And tap that in. And it just goes on so nice. I love these Flower Bomb blushes. I have 3 or 4 in different colors. Okay, that's good enough. I still have plenty on my hand. I've just used a drop. So I'll just go over the bridge of my nose with it. What the heck? I'll come down the center of my nose. Why not? Might as well try something. Okay, that looks plenty good to me. So now I've got my blush on. And like I said, I think I'll go ahead and top it with this. This is a blush made by Palladio. This is carried in Sally's Beauty Shop. I've had this for over a year. And it just says Botanical and Vitamin Infused. It's a matte blush. I can't see the color. I'm sure it's on here somewhere, but I can't see it. So I'll just dip my brush in there and just put a light coat over top of this cream blush, just to kind of deepen the blush a little. Because I know this stuff doesn't show up well on camera unless you put a lot on, and I'm not about wearing a lot of makeup. Come down. Well, what the heck, I'll do this too. And that's it. The only thing I have left to do are my lips. Now, what I have on them right now is this. And I got this last week when I was shopping with my daughter-in-law, Nina. Her and my grandsons were here visiting for a week. We were at Marshall's, and for $6.99, we got this Laneige Lip Glowy Balm. Oh my goodness, is this stuff ever nice. Really makes your lips very moisturized. So I hope I don't have too much on and that this lipstick will adhere. And the one I'm going to put on is by Laura Geller in the color Rose Claire. Got this last week when I was shopping with my daughter-in-law. This was $9.99. I thought the color was so pretty. Here's the color. It's a beautiful shade of rose. So I'll put some of that on. Oh yeah, that went on nice. I've got to start wearing a lip liner. I was wearing it when I had my Invisalign because that's really all I could wear because all lipsticks would get on my Invisalign. And then when I got out of the Invisalign and could go back to some lipstick, I quit wearing the liner. But I think I still need it. So anyhow, that takes care of that. Well, I'm finished. That was a very quick mini get ready with me making my own tinted moisturizer. My face feels so wonderful just having that moisturizer on, and I got my color from my bronzer and my blush and my lips. So I'm good to go. This is just a casual day. I'm not going anywhere, not doing anything. I do have a new shirt on. I'll stand up and show you the color and what it says. I think it's so cute. I hope you can see this. Let me stand back a little way. And I just have some white shorts on it. It says, High Tides and Good Vibes. I thought it was really cute. It's such a soft cotton. And I got this while we were shopping also. And let me see, I think I got this at Old Navy. Yes, I did. It was $16.99. This. They were on sale for $8. It's such a soft cotton, beautiful color. Of course the armholes are too big. Everything, nothing ever fits me right. But $8.56 with tax. So that was a good buy. And I never go into Old Navy. Well, that's all I have for you today. I just wanted to show you that if you don't like the feeling of foundation on your face, but you feel like you need just a hint of color to kind of even things out, just take whatever moisturizer you have, and if you have a foundation that you like, just put 1 or 2 drops, mix it in, and you just rub it on with your hands, just like you do when you put moisturizer on. And it'll do what you want it to do, and I think it looks pretty good. Oh, I almost forgot to do my highlighter. My Vaseline Body Balm Stick. Just rub my finger in there, tap it right on top of this orbital bone. Do the same on this side. Put a little on the tip of my nose, above my lip, and I'll just put like a dot in the center of each cheek. There, now I've got my glow going on. Well, now it's time to leave you with an inside beauty tip. For my inside beauty tip today, I want to talk about truth. In particular, my truth. I believe it's John 8:32 that says, "You shall know the truth, and the truth will set you free." I have learned that lesson in my life over many years. I'll tell you a little story, an example. Years ago, when my youngest child left for college and then all 3 were out of the house, it was devastating to me. I hated my house. I couldn't stand it anymore because it was too quiet and there was nobody occupying the beds and no noise in the house and no kids over to hang out, and I just couldn't stand it. So we made a drastic change and moved. Well, guess what? Nothing changed. Because it wasn't just the empty house. That particular house no longer had my children in it. It was just an empty feeling inside that I needed to deal with. I blamed the house. The house had nothing to do with it. I needed to take responsibility for how I felt and how I was viewing everything. And so we moved. I had the same empty feeling. A new house didn't change anything because it was what I was feeling inside that was the problem. That was my truth, not the house. I was just hiding behind the house, thinking that was it. That was my excuse for how I felt. It wasn't. I had to face that truth. You know that saying that says, wherever you go, you take yourself? It's true. It's true. It's happened to me. I've done it many times until I finally learned, which took many, many years. Because I took myself to that new house and all those feelings that I had, knowing that there were no kids at home anymore. They were gone, they were out, they were on their own, and they would probably never come back, which they didn't. So having to face that and realize it was time for a new journey in my life, I had to let go of the old and welcome in the new. And once I learned that, I was set free because I faced my own truth. You know, you never know what's going to come your way in life. Sometimes we get hurt by other people, whether they mean to do it or they don't. It really doesn't matter. We don't have to deal with them. We have to deal with ourselves and how we feel. And that's what I've had to do in my life. And I'm just here to tell you that it has really worked, and it has given me great growth in that area. To not blame others or blame a situation, to face my own truth, take responsibility for how I feel, and work my way through it. Maybe that could help you if you had or have the same problem that I had. Well, thank you so much for being here today and spending time with me. I truly do appreciate it. And until we meet again, this is the old girl signing out. See ya!